Welcome to another captivating tale on our channel. Before we begin, if you love African stories filled with intrigue and heart, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and join our growing community. Today we dive into the heart of Ogechi's world, a woman driven by love, ambition, and the twists of fate. What Ogechi did for love is a story of passion, sacrifice, and unexpected choices. Get ready to be enchanted by her journey and the dramatic turns it takes. Let's start the magic. Once upon a time, there lived a woman by the name Ogechi. Ogechi was a woman whose beauty could stop time itself. Her presence was like a force of nature, powerful, consuming, and impossible to resist. Born in the village, Ogechi was used to attention, but the attention of one man mattered most: Emeka, her longtime crush and the object of her affection since their childhood days. They had grown up in the same neighborhood, played in the same streets, and gone to the same schools. But Emeka had always been slightly out of reach a free-spirited man, handsome and charming, with ambitions that took him far beyond their small community. He had eyes for another, a rich, sophisticated woman named Iridi. To Ogechi, Iridi embodied everything she was not. Iridi was wealthy, connected, and influential. But Ogechi loved Emeka with an intensity that frightened her. She was convinced that Emeka could never truly love anyone else, if only she had the chance to show him. So, when the opportunity to be with him presented itself, Ogechi took it, unaware of the chaos that would unfold in the name of love. One evening, as Ogechi was in the market shopping, she overheard a conversation between two men discussing a powerful herbalist known for his supernatural abilities. The herbalist was said to be able to make people fall madly in love so deeply that they would forsake anyone else. Without hesitation, Ogechi approached the men and asked them where the herbalist resided. The idea took root in Ogechi's mind like a poison. That night, Ogechi could hardly sleep, her mind consumed with thoughts of him, her heart racing, her body restless, and her emotions swirling in a whirlwind of longing, desire, and anticipation. The following day, Ogechi found herself standing at the entrance of a thick, ominous forest. The path leading into the forest was known only to those who dared to venture into the supernatural. With a mix of determination and fear, she entered, walking deeper into the shadows until she found the herbalist's hut. The man who greeted her was old and frail, with eyes that seemed to see into her soul. "I know why you've come," the herbalist said before she could speak. "You seek a man's heart." Ogechi nodded, her throat dry. "Emeka, I need him to love me." The herbalist gave her a warning look. "Love taken by force is never without consequences. Do you understand?" Ogechi didn't care. All that mattered was having Emeka by her side. "I'll do whatever it takes." With a weary sigh, the herbalist handed her a small vial of dark liquid. "Give him this, but be warned. The love you create will be uncontrollable. You will have no peace. The stronger the love, the fiercer the chaos." Emeka had always been polite to Ogechi but distant. He didn't pay much attention to her unless necessary. So when she invited him to her house, he hesitated, but out of courtesy, he agreed. Ogechi took her chance. As soon as Emeka arrived, she rushed to prepare a drink for Emeka, and in the process, she laced the drink with the potion. The transformation was almost immediate. Within minutes, Emeka's eyes were fixed on her with an intensity that sent shivers down her spine. He was enchanted, bewitched, and deeply in love, but not the kind of love Ogechi had hoped for. His love was obsessive, possessive, and overwhelming. In a day, Emeka had abandoned Iridi without a second thought, showing up at Ogechi's house unannounced, showering her with gifts and proclaiming his love at every opportunity. It was flattering at first, but soon it became suffocating. He followed her everywhere, called her dozens of times a day, and grew jealous of anyone who so much as glanced in her direction. Iridi, devastated and humiliated by Emeka's sudden betrayal, refused to take it lying down. She knew Ogechi was behind this, and she was determined to reclaim what was rightfully hers. One evening, while Ogechi was out with Emeka, Iridi confronted her in public. In the middle of a bustling marketplace, Iridi screamed accusations of witchcraft, drawing a crowd. She claimed that Ogechi had bewitched Emeka and demanded that the charm be undone. The crowd was torn. Some believed Iridi, while others defended Ogechi, accusing Iridi of being a sore loser. Emeka, in his obsessed state, defended Ogechi ferociously, threatening anyone who dared speak ill of her. But the chaos was only beginning. Emeka's love became dangerous. One night, Emeka dreamed that Ogechi, the love of his life, was seeing another man, his heart burning with jealousy, his mind gripped by obsessive thoughts, and an overwhelming rage tightening his chest as possessiveness clouded his reason. He broke into Ogechi's house and begged her not to leave him. He was convinced that someone was trying to steal her away. His paranoia worsened as the days passed. He grew violent, lashing out at anyone he thought threatened their relationship. Ogechi's once peaceful life turned into a nightmare, and she realized the herbalist's warning was more than a mere caution. Unable to bear the pressure, Ogechi returned to the herbalist to undo what she had done. The herbalist looked at her with pity. There is no undoing it. Love stolen can never be returned. Desperate, Ogechi tried to distance herself from Emeka, but the more she pulled away, the more unhinged he became. It reached a boiling point when Emeka attacked a man who had innocently asked Ogechi for directions. The man was left hospitalized, and Emeka was arrested. Iridi, sensing an opportunity, returned to Ogechi with an ultimatum. Free Emeka from the spell, or she would make sure Ogechi paid for her actions. But Ogechi, knowing the spell could never be reversed, was trapped. She was faced with a choice: let Emeka's obsession consume them both or risk losing everything, including her life. The final straw came during a chaotic scene at a wedding they attended. Emeka, already on edge, believed one of the groomsmen was flirting with Ogechi. In a fit of rage, he caused a scene, smashing glasses and physically attacking the man. The wedding turned into a brawl, with guests fleeing as Emeka was restrained. Ogechi knew she had to end it. She returned to the herbalist for the last time, begging for a solution. With a grim expression, the herbalist handed her a knife dipped in a strange substance. The only way to free him and yourself is through blood, his or yours. The weight of the decision crushed her. Could she take Emeka's life to free them both from this cursed love? Or would she sacrifice herself to save him? Ogechi chose love one last time. She met Emeka in secret under the cover of night, by the lagoon where they had once shared their happiest moments. Tears streamed down her face as she held a knife to her own chest. I'm sorry, Emeka. I never wanted this. Before she could strike, Emeka, still in his crazed state, lunged forward. In the chaos, the knife plunged into him instead. Ogechi screamed as Emeka collapsed into her arms, the life draining from his eyes. His final words were a whisper, I love you. The curse was broken, but at what cost? Ogechi was left alone, cradling the body of the man she had loved and destroyed. Until next time, thank you for watching, dear viewers. Please don't forget to like, comment, and share the video with family and friends. If it's your first time here, please hit that subscribe button and join our growing community.